Okay, so you would like to see how to replace the idler arm on the Hoover WindTunnel Self-Propelled upright. And for maybe some of you that don't know, that's this part here. Right there, it's kind of hidden, but what happens is when the machine is picked up by the handle that's controlled to use the self-propelled, it will actually rip the nut and bolt right out of the idler arm, causing the self-propelled not to work. So that's what we got a question on how to fix, and that's what we're going to show you today how to do. So the first thing you want to do is you want to take off the top, and to do that, there's 4 screws here on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. And after you have the screws out, you can simply just take the bottom plate right off. And you can take the roller brush out and take both belts out as well. Now what you want to do is you need to take off the hose that's on the top. This needs to come out in order to take the lid off. So we'll need to take the screws off of the hose connector on the bottom there as well. And you can see that those are right here. You have 1 screw there and 1 screw there. And what this part does is simply holds the hose in place. Simply remove that part, and now we can remove this hose from the top. Some of the wind tunnel models actually have a screw here in the middle as well. This particular model does not. Some do, some don't. It all depends on which model that you have. Actually, in order to get the top off, there is 2 other screws that need to be taken off. And those screws are actually on the kind of hidden. See if I could show you here. There's 1 screw here that sits behind the pulley, and then the other screw is actually right next to the hose there. So there's 2 screws there that need to come off as well before you can take the hood off. So we'll go ahead and take those out. Alright, once you have these 2 screws out, the last thing that's holding this lid on screw out. It are 2 tabs on the side of the machine, on the actual plastic housing, and there's 1 on each side, and what these tabs do is lock the housing into place. And you can see the tab right here on this side, and on the other side the tab is right there. So what you want to do is actually push this tab out. Zoom in here for you. Sorry guys, my tripod here is this malfunctioning. But you simply want to push the tab outwards so it releases from the machine. And then once you have it on that side, you simply want to do it on the other side as well. Actually, it works better if you use a flathead screwdriver. And now the lid of the hood will come right off. See that actually this has come off here. Normally on the machines, the arm that turns on and off the rug floor switch, you'll usually have to take this little button off, but on this particular machine actually it's broken. But to release that, just pop a flathead screwdriver in behind the button and just kind of pry it up so that it comes off, and then you can remove the lever from the bottom. Now when you're inside here, here's the idler arm. Usually this part is broken here with the nut and washer hanging off. So to get this off, what we need to do is use a T20 bit. It's a Torx T20. So if you don't have one, just go to Home Depot or Lowe's and pick up a Torx T20 size bit. Which I may have to do to finish this repair video. There we go. T15. And then you simply want to remove the screw. In this machine, it's still in the idler arm. If it's broken, what you can do is just take a pair of pliers and hold the nut at the bottom while you unscrew the torque or the T20 screw on the top. But you just need to separate it from the power drive cable. And you can see that's off, and then there's your washer. Put those two aside. Your cable you can now take out of the idler arm. Sometimes what I like to do is just take a little marker, a Sharpie marker, and just make a little mark here on the end of the power drive cable where it comes out, so you know how far to put it back in the new idler arm. But the last step you'll need to remove the idler arm is actually to remove the C-clamp in the middle of the transmission here, which is right there in the middle, and simply just take a flathead screwdriver and pry it till it comes off. Do not lose that. You will be hating life if you lose that little clip. But once that clip is off, you can simply lift up on the idler arm until it comes out, just like that. And once you get your new idler arm, you just want to put it right back over top of the peg inside here. Underneath of this, you'll see that there's a peg that it goes over top of. Simply put it back over top. And then you'll just need to hold down the clamp while you slide over the clip. And you can just put the clip right on top of it and just take a flathead screwdriver and snap it back into place. Then all you need to do is simply align the power drive cable back, and that's where the little mark on the power drive cable with the Sharpie helps. It's because you know how far the cable extended out. If you want it to be a little bit faster and a little bit more aggressive, you can push the cable in a little bit further, which makes it a little tighter. But I've done it so many times, this repair so many times, I know this is the right spot. Then you simply want to, once you have your cable back in the new idler arm, you want to put your washer on top of the power drive cable, and then you want to screw back in your T20 screw that holds that power drive cable in place. Just like that. So that's how you replace the idler arm on the Hoover Self-Propelled Wind Tunnel. The idler arm is available on our website, govacuum.com. Also, the power drive cable and any part that you need is available on our website. Please log on www.govacuum.com and like the video if this was helpful to you. Thanks a lot for watching.